Hello Scorpio, my name is Alison and you are with Healing Dove Tarot. Today we're going to have a look at the love energies surrounding you from the 19th of August until the 25th. I've already pre-shuffled your cards, so let's get started. At the bottom of the deck you do have the card of the moon. The moon represents the sign of Pisces. Now this card for me speaks about things that are hidden. In particular, the moon card talks about what you can't see in darkness, right? So it's something that you don't know. Often I see this card come up in a negative sense. It can literally mean deception, someone deceiving you. Sometimes it could just mean something that you don't yet know, like you're not clear, you don't have the direction on. And if I'm honest, looking at your reading, you're going through a bit of a challenging time at the moment, my dear Scorpio friends. There is a Pisces full moon coming up on the 26th of August. Full moons talk about completion. Pisces is represented by the sign, the card of the moon. So that could be quite relevant to you. A cycle could be coming to the end around this full moon. Now you have some really interesting cards, and I have to call it as I see it. But you do have the Tower coupled with Justice. Now, the Tower for me in a love reading, it speaks of breakup, okay? There's no other easy way to say it. But coupled with Justice, it speaks of like a big breakup for me, something that's legally bound that you're trying to untie yourself from. For example, someone who you were living with for quite a long time, or you were engaged to or married to, something that requires paperwork. Now, I feel like things aren't, you're not seeing clearly, and you're feeling very much left out in the cold, okay? You have the Five of Pentacles coupled with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, this card combination speaks about this feeling of isolation and loneliness, but coupled with the Six of Pentacles is kind of like, how can I put this? In the upright, the Six of Pentacles speaks about equal give and take. In the reverse, it speaks about exactly the opposite of that, right? It's the flip side, the shadow side, about being taken for a ride, and you're feeling very much left out in the cold. If this is applying to you, Scorpio, and you are going through a separation or a divorce, my advice here is to check all of your paperwork, okay? Because I feel like someone's trying to rip you off. And the Tower coupled with the Justice card speaks about, you know, your foundation being shaken up and legal matters. And I really feel like if you can, try and avoid signing anything for at least another week. Mercury has only just gone direct. It was still retrograde up until I think today, even the 19th. And if you're watching this overseas in the States, when it finally loads, you've probably got another day to go still. It takes a little bit, there's a shadow period until the planet goes direct and starts having forward momentum. And as healers and psychic advisors, what we often say is try not to sign any paperwork during this time, because it will come back later to haunt you. Mercury controls communication, okay? It's represented by the sign of Gemini, so it involves anything to do with communication, paperwork, particularly legal matters and technical things, so like buying of computers and phones and that kind of thing. But I can see clearly here, someone's trying to pull one over you. And if you are going through a court case at the moment, you're going through a divorce, take your time, delay signing any paperwork until the full moon in Pisces on the 26th. It's a very strong message for someone out there. And look, I can see at the bottom of your reading, you're still having arguments about this as you go into the next period, but it is coupled with a star. So if you can hold out until next week, the 20th, beginning of the 26th, I see the divine spirituality coming in to help and guide you, and kind of give you the direction that you need to get out of this situation. Now, unfortunately, as you get closer to the weekend, it doesn't look, any better. You've got the Five of Cups, which speaks about sadness, loneliness, feeling unfulfilled. And it's coupled with the King of Cups in the center, which is represented by your sign, okay? It's King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So if that's not you, then this could be the person that you are separating from or divorcing from. Or if it is you, I do have a Queen of Swords opposite that. So that could be your partner, a female air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I say that because I literally have them sitting here as a pair on the board. They flipped out together, so it's showing me a couple. Okay. It's time for this relationship to end. And as I said, the full moon's coming up on the 26th, and that's the ending of a cycle. I mean, these things are never easy, and particularly once you had a beautiful harmonious relationship where it was equal and it was give and take. It's certainly not like that anymore. Just know that although this week's going to be tough, you are going to come out of it on top, all right? The advice and the invitation here, try and delay that paperwork or any signing of it. Read carefully, because I think there's something in the fine print where you're being taken for a ride. I'm seeing that energy very clearly here. You're not being shown everything. Not everything is clear. And just know that, have faith that everything's going to work out for you, okay? Now look, that's a very direct message, and I know thousands of you watch these readings. So if this doesn't apply to you, please read your rising sign, but I am going to draw some additional guidance for you now. Okay, throat chakra came out for singles. Can I have some more guidance for my single Scorpios, please? Singles, your foundation's about to be shaken up. Someone's being dodgy around you, shady, if you will. Just be aware of that, okay? Beware of the deception. Beware of someone being sneaky. Can I have some more clarity for singles, please? It's all about how you communicate as well. No, they're not giving me any more. Okay, throat chakra it is. Can I have some more clarity for couples, please, going through this situation? There it is. Chaos and conflict. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'll read them one by one from the book. Singles, you have throat chakra. So this is all talking about how you communicate, right? And I said about Mercury going direct, and it's the planet of communication. So this all speaks to how you speak, right? That's literally what the key words are. And I'll just read for you the blurb. It says, located in the throat area, this chakra is associated with communication, sound, creativity, and the ability of clairaudience. That's inner hearing. That's kind of what psychics have. Many artists, speakers, writers, singers, and others in the creative arts have an active throat chakra. To activate the chakra, use your voice in some way. Sing, chant, hum, laugh, make some noise. Energizing the chakra helps you to speak your truth in a clear and kind manner, improving your relationships and increasing your sense of well-being. So for singles, if you are fighting with someone that you're dating and you're not seeing eye to eye, and it feels like it's not balanced and it's all out of harmony, because I know this was very much about couples breaking up, just know that you're going to come out of that towards this period. It's just a rocky week, okay? Watch your words, because sometimes, Scorpio, you've got quite a bite, let's put it that way, a sting, if you will, from your tail. Okay, couples. I'm not surprised to see this card. Chaos and conflict. And the essential meanings are disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. And it says, stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. It's really an important one. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear and you'll be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightened, always better than before if you use this time constructively. Wow, so there's a massive lesson there for couples who are going through this divorce. Use your time wisely. Really try and think about what's important to you. If you can, I'm going to repeat that message again. Try and hold out for another week before finalizing anything and signing any contracts, okay? Because I feel like something's hidden that you're not able to see yet. All right, my lovelies, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It's just 1 week. It'll be over soon enough, and you've got this beautiful bright star at the end guiding you through, okay? Please let me know if this resonates, and if you do need a private reading, if this does resonate and you'd like to know more, by all means, my details are in below. I'm more than happy to help you out, okay? I wish you love and light. I will be with you next week. Take care.